Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get the updates. Really excited for today's video. The beer is courtesy of Ross. Thanks so much, Ross. I really appreciate it. It's also my second birthday beer. I'm continuing my birthday trip to Chicago. Such a ridiculous thing. But anyway, Vanilla Deth. And yes, it's pronounced Deth. Feel free to comment on it because it probably does help the algorithm if you comment. No, it's pronounced like death. But no, it's Deth. Imperial Stout aged with vanilla. Being the vanilla police and thinking, what beer do I want to drink for my birthday? I'm like, I want a vanilla bourbon barrel aged stout. And then I'm like, I have this one and no hype, right? But I know I'm going to like this beer. Behold, original barrel aged Imperial Oatmeal Stout, Deth's Tar, with hand split whole vanilla beans. Flaked and malted oats lend a supremely silky body that belies the beer's considerable strength. Pronounced vanilla flavor, I'll be the judge of that, and aroma blends harmoniously with chocolatey caramel maltiness and a blend of American and French oak. Enjoy now or store cold. 13.6% ABV. On the side it's saying Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with vanilla. And it was filled November 3rd. November, December, January, February, March, April, almost all of May. 7 months old at time of review. Yes, I just counted on my fingers. Not too dirty. Yeah, that's... If it's not pitch black motor oil, it's really close. Probably, I don't know, half a finger? I guess 3/4 of a finger. I'm going to say mocha, period. Had small bubbles, some medium and large bubbles as they're breaking up. Definitely looks like a bigger stout. Some nice legs. The lacing goes away quickly, which is predictable. Let's get into the aroma. That does have some nice vanilla, big chocolate. There's some roast fighting through. Graham crackers, but not the kind that have cinnamon. There's no cinnamon to this, but like that, like baked cookie kind of, like that note is there. And I think the vanilla is what's making me go to that. It's interesting, but yeah, for me, it does have the vanilla, but big chocolate. Incorporated with the chocolate is the roastiness, but then there is some like roasty, not full on coffee, but like going that direction too. So you're kind of like, I don't know if I've ever said this in a video, kind of getting roastiness in two different ways as part of the chocolate note, then an independent base beer coffee note, or sorry, roasty note. Some just, I think because of the vanilla and how rich the chocolate note is, I'm not getting specific spirit, but I am getting some oak. So that's cool. I'm trying to, sorry, is it cherry or more of like a blueberry thing? It's actually kind of between, like I can't make up my mind, I guess is where I'll leave it, at least in the aroma. Let's see about the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Ross. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice. So that follows the nose really well. And then I get, okay, so everything I said in the nose is there. I wasn't pulling caramel, big caramel in the taste too, which is nice. So it's like, it's very much Rolos, because when the caramel hits, I had a lot of chocolate still on my palate, and it was very Rolosy, with just kind of like a consistent, I'm not saying this in a vanilla police way, but like just like a consistent, nice, low-level vanilla. It doesn't only taste like vanilla. I don't want a beer to be only vanilla. So like, the vanilla is pretty consistent is more what I'm trying to say as the takeaway for you as a viewer, right? It's got like a baseline vanilla throughout, which is nice, and some of the other, and it goes up and down a little bit, but the other stuff kind of comes in and out, or different intensities more, for me anyway, than the vanilla, which is more consistent throughout the sip. Roast helping balance out some of the sweetness and vice versa. That chocolate note, it's like Hershey's Special Dark is where I'd place it. The roast is not full coffee, but you can see how drinking, because this is the base, Deth Star with the vanilla, you can see how drinking this base without that vanilla, how adding vanilla makes sense, how adding coffee makes sense. Specifically here, now I'm talking about the roast, you can see why, as a brewery, they're like, yeah, plus I know other people have done this too, but like they're like, oh yeah, coffee would pair well with this. You can really tell why in the base beer, why coffee would be a nice addition, because it's going to increase what's already there. It's really pleasant, the amount that's there. One more sip. See what else I can say about it. Yeah, I really like the oak in this too, because it's not an overly sweet beer, but the oak, the roastiness, probably the alcohol, which you don't taste, which is really nice. I'm drinking this at 55 degrees. I pulled it right out of my beer fridge. I put stouts mostly in there, so it's at 55 degrees. And immediately filmed, and so it's not like overly cold or overly warm, but certainly warm enough where it wouldn't be hiding too much of the alcohol. So that's cool. So it really hides that higher ABV nicely. As I'm talking with all the things that are still on my tongue, there's maybe a whisper of alcohol, but nothing really important or impactful. That fruity note, I can't get more specific. It's not cherry, it's not blueberry, but there is like just, I guess, a generic dark fruit. That's a good tasting note. But it's really is those bigger, the chocolate, the barrel. Like the aroma, I should mention this. I don't get a ton of specific bourbon in this. There's just like the aroma, I think the vanilla is making it harder for me to identify the bourbon. Because I think it is, now that I'm like really concentrating on only that one note, because there's a lot going on in this beer. I do get it more now that I'm like solely fixated on it, but I do think the vanilla is making it harder, because vanillin is obviously a thing, bourbon barrel aging can kick out. So it's not like, if you like bourbon barrel aged stouts and you don't like it when the bourbon is too, forward, this is probably okay for you, but you're still scratching that itch of, I want some of it. I don't know how long they aged it for. I think it's probably a year or less. But anyway, this is super tasty. Also, I should say, if I didn't say that yet. So thanks again, Ross. I really appreciate it. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had anything like this lately? I don't know, do you like vanilla beers? I don't know. Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.